Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your man Golden God back here with only my second video, so I apologize in advance. It's real late at night. It's actually 2:30. Everybody in my house is asleep, so um, I'm trying to stay quiet because my voice travels, so I can't speak too loud or I'll wake the whole house up and people will be in here mad at me. But I had something I wanted to talk about, man. So one of the biggest differences between man and woman. And we're gonna dive right in, and I'm gonna see if y'all agree with me on this, or see if y'all don't. But I'm betting y'all gonna agree with me on this. So one of the things that I noticed about the differences between men and women, and I'm gonna preface this first by saying we're gonna talk about the good ones, because obviously when you start throwing bad partners in the mix altogether, just bad people, like obviously that changes the dynamic of some things. We're gonna eliminate those. We're just gonna talk about good relationship partners altogether for the most part. And I'm gonna point out something that I noticed that's the difference between men and women and how we operate when it comes to things that we might want. So check this out. First, I'm gonna go with the men first. So generally speaking, men are gonna tell you exactly what they like, exactly what they need, exactly what they want. And the expectation is that you deliver on those things. They also going to tell you what they don't want, what they don't like, what they don't need. And if you don't do those things, they perfectly okay with it. Like, we cool with that. Actually, we would prefer if we tell you we don't like something that you don't do it. So I'll give you an example of something that most men say they need, right? Most men will tell you that they need sex on a regular basis. We tell you that. We don't lie. We say it in the middle. We say it in the beginning. We say it at the end. Like, if it's something that we need from our spouse, it's something we make clear to our spouse or our significant other. Hey, this is how I am. This is how I would like to continue to be. This is how I like to finish things off. You know what I'm saying? If we make it to the finish line. So that's one of the things that a man will be straight up with you about that he likes. A thing that a man will tell you that he doesn't need, and keep in mind, I say good men. If a man says, I don't need a woman with weave in her hair, with fake eyelashes, I don't need her to be the best dressed woman in a room all the time. I don't need you in designer all the time. If we say that, we mean it. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't deal with it, but you can't try to impress us with something that we legitimately don't need or don't want from you. And I think it's important to note, because the things that we want from women generally are more character based things that we want from women. So we want a woman who's generally soft. I know a lot of women get offended by the idea that, you know what I'm saying, y'all get mad at us and say, you don't want a strong woman, you want a weak woman. No, we want a soft woman. You know what I'm saying? You could be strong and still understand, how to be feminine and soft in the process. And so when we say we this is what we want, or a certain thing is what we don't want, that's what we mean. One of the biggest things I notice when it comes to women and saying things that y'all, want or don't want or need or don't need, it's like, so a lot of women these days, they out here, more power to them. They're getting educated, they're getting their money, they running their bag up, whatever. I'm not mad at no woman for doing that. Props to you for doing that, because I have a saying, right? You never be mad at progress. If you set a goal and you reach out to achieve that goal and you reach that goal, that's considered success. I don't care if the goal is to make, $15 an hour at a job, or if the goal is to make $400,000 a year as an entrepreneur. If you set a goal and you reach that goal, reaching that goal has to be considered success. It's your success. It may not be success for everybody else, but it's your success. So more power to you if whatever it is you're trying to achieve, you achieve it. But if you say you don't need a man for his money because you got your own money, why is it, if you don't need that, do you hold it against a man if he don't got it like that? And that's always like boggle my mind because I could say straight up, like I don't need a woman for her money. You know what I'm saying? Like I could say that and I could mean it. And if she don't got no bread, I won't hold it against her. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't need that from you to begin with. I wasn't trying to get money to establish my independence from you. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually want to get money so I could be a benefit to you as a woman. But it's like if you had the same opportunities as a woman and you can go out there and chase your bag and you can get your money up and you can get to the point where you can say, yo, I don't need a man for money, etc., etc. It's like, why at that point do you immediately eliminate all men who don't make the same amount of money as you or more? If they don't make that salary you making or more, you eliminate them. So I'm just curious about that because I would think that if you had your own bag, your own resources, your own money, and if you got it like that, like, wouldn't that put you in a better position to really narrow it down to the things that's actually necessary in a thriving, loving relationship? You know what I'm saying? Now you can actually base a relationship on things that are not so transactional. You know what I'm saying? If you give me money, I'll be like this towards you. You know what I'm saying? Now it could be more based on, if you love me right, if you respect me right, I'll love you and respect you right. And since I have enough resources for everybody, we don't even have to worry about that. So it's like, I was always curious as to why, women get their money and instead of them saying, hey, I got enough money to create generational wealth for, whatever my family looks like, why is it that when y'all get in those positions, y'all decide immediately, I gotta have a man that makes the same money, or like, why do you always have to have more? And I know hypergamy is a real thing. I know that exists. But I'm curious as to why you look at a man different if he don't make what you make, as opposed to looking at him for his character, for the fact that he may work really hard. He may work harder than you and just may not make what you make. That doesn't mean he's doing something wrong. I'm sure there's people that you work harder than and they make more than you as a woman. So I'm just curious as to why y'all say y'all don't need that. And then when it's not provided to you, you hold it against a man. Another thing y'all hold against a man is if y'all say, like, a lot of times you don't need a man to protect you because y'all got access to weapons, y'all got just as much money so y'all can buy whatever safety y'all need. And so y'all say y'all don't really need a man to protect. And I had a conversation one time, so I know this is true, with somebody and talking about, a situation where you're looking out for somebody and they're like, well, they didn't really need you to look out for them like that. It's 2024 at the time it was. It's 2024. Women don't need to be taken care of like they needed to back in the day, blah. And they were offended because I was looking out for a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't think that could be offensive, but I guess, feminism and equality and all of that stuff, if a man can do it, a woman can do it. Okay, cool. So you don't need a man to protect you. So why is it that if you get into a situation where maybe something gets physical or it gets crazy and, you know what I'm saying, something happens to you, why at that moment are you all suddenly saying, you wasn't there to protect me? And so now he not a man. Now he a you know what? He a B word. You feel me? So it's like the things that y'all as women say y'all don't actually want. Y'all saying that from what I've seen, y'all saying that as a means to try to establish independence from a man. Like, yo, I don't need you for those things. I don't need you for those things. And it's like, we understand you're an adult, you can do things on your own, etc., etc. But it's like to constantly throw that in a man's face, and then when he don't show up for you in that way, throw that in your man's face. It seems to me like you may not actually know what you want. You feel me? And it's like, if you do say you want a man to protect you, and it's like now you want to dictate how that man protects you. So if a man says, hey, you know what I'm saying, you're going out without me, don't wear that, wear something different, whatever. It's like that right there in itself is a form of protection, right? Because while you're not physically stopping something bad from happening at that moment, sometimes the protection comes in the form of wisdom and information, right? And so if somebody provides you with the wisdom and the information and the instruction that keeps you safe in a certain situation, that's protection in itself. But if a man tells you that, all of a sudden you're not being protected, you're being controlled. And so it's like, I don't know, it's just difficult really trying to figure out what it is exactly that y'all want when y'all don't even know how to express what it is that you want. The reality of it is, regardless of what a woman says, this again from my research, from the questions I've asked and the things I've posted and the responses I've seen and things I've seen online, the reality is a woman just wants to look at a man like he's better than her. You know what I'm saying? Like he's better than her. But the tricky part about that is there's this push for equality, or even in some cases for women to be better than men. And so if your whole entire goal is to be equal or better than a man, wouldn't you, by your own standards and by your own rules, be eliminating everything that could be considered a good man because you want to look at him like he's better than you? And because you're thriving in these areas, you're eliminating so much of the population. Wouldn't that be like you shooting yourself in the foot, kind of? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to how you actually view men. So, I don't know. It's just one of them things I thought about one time. And I'm curious as to how women actually think in those situations. So, if anybody has any feedback, any information that might be beneficial to me in terms of why that's the case, like why they say one thing and then mean another thing in those situations that I gave. Any women have any feedback, let me know. Throw a comment, I'll respond to the comment. If I got to make another video in response to your comment, I'll do exactly that. But give me some good information if you got something, man, because I would love to have this conversation to build with a lot of y'all. Again, I'm a new creator, trying to put my video up, once a day or at least a few times a week, and see if I could build something on my page here. So, I appreciate y'all. Anybody who takes the time, takes a couple minutes to watch, anybody who takes a couple minutes to look out, I definitely return favors. So if you subscribe to the channel, I'll definitely return the favor. I ain't here to hate on nobody. I'm here to try to see everybody win. And there's enough money out here for everybody. So, obviously I want to push content and get some of my thoughts and opinions and ideas out to the world. And if I can get some money doing so, I would definitely like to do so. So, like, subscribe, support, whatever it is you can if you want to. If not, leave me an opinion on what you think I could do better. And I'll be sure to make some adjustments, man, because I want to bring y'all content and information and ideas and stuff like that y'all can rock with. Because when I look back at the year and I see myself posting on these videos, I want to see that, I made some traction. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, appreciate y'all for hanging with me for a few minutes. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.